Be done at 6:20, so here we go.
All right, let's see how this goes. Call the meeting to order. That'll be me. I guess we can do introductions.
We gotta do second.
Oh, who wants a second?
Second.
Sure.
Just
Mrs. Rodiger seconds. So I'm Melissa Mannix. I'm your PTO president. I have a kindergartner named Caleb in the school.
I'm Linda Bichette. I teach second grade, and I have a daughter in fifth grade.
I'm Grace Nicholas. I'm the secretary, and I have a kid in fourth and a kid in first.
Honey Hauser, principal.
Sue McIntyre. I have my grandson Hayden, who's in third grade.
And Jill Rodiger. I have a daughter in fourth grade and kindergarten teacher.
Leslie Zimmerman. I have a daughter in third grade and a daughter in pre-K.
Okay. So for box tops, I don't really have a whole lot. I think I gave Leslie $246. That was just dimes. So I think we will do that again probably twice next year since it was such a big hit. I don't want to do anything right now because we're doing the collection for Wanderers Rest. So, I mean, kids can certainly still turn box tops in. I will, collect some and mail them in, but I'm not going to do a gigantic push. Do you want to do the treasurer's report, Leslie?
Of course. All right. The actual treasurer's report. This is where all of our big deposits or all our large deposit went in from really in February. So $3,770.03 was deposited. That was from several events. Then we paid out for the yearbooks, the author visit, candy bar sales, and our 501c3 status. So we paid out $3,150.63. So our ending balance for March brought us to $12,573.33. All right. So then, if you look at the next form, this is more of a, I think what I called it.
Budget.
It's not. It's kind of a budget sheet. It's an
Line item.
expense. Yeah, a line item or an expense form.
She's snoring.
Sorry. This shows every single item that we have brought in money with and paid money out with, just to show you specifically what we've made money on and what we've paid money out of. There's a couple items on here that we actually have not paid out of. It has a little note next to it, says per budget. So the field trips, it says per budget. We haven't actually paid that yet, but it's in the budget for that specific amount. So for the field trips, the reading incentive program, the Oneida High School scholarships, the moving up ceremony, staff appreciation, PTO supplies, and then our carryover. So those are already accounted for in the current budget. And then we have money left over in the t-shirt fund and in the yearbook fund to go into next year with. So I took what we currently have in the bank account and subtracted all of those per budget items that I just said and figured out what our ending balance will be to answer some of those questions that were brought up from last time, so we can actually go forward and answer any questions that people have asking for money for specific events, or what's the word I'm looking for? Events or thank you. Anything that people are asking us for, I actually have a specific amount. And I also sent this out. I sent it to Penny, and Penny sent it to all of the teachers. I did not realize until Linda and a couple other people emailed me back that you have to ask for permission to actually view it. So I apologize for that. I just keep accepting every time somebody emails it back to me. I had no idea it was going to be like that.
Share the link. If you share the link instead of, did you share it or did you?
Because it's in my Google Docs, I didn't know that, so I just keep checking my email as frequently as I can and accepting every single one of them. So I know one of the parents was in the office today and she asked to see it. I don't know how to get it to the parents that had questions about this also. If there's a way for us to send it to them also, I can do the same thing. I can just send it to their email
We'll
and
post it on our Facebook page.
yeah,
But, put it up there.
so that they can see exactly where we're at also as far as what's been paid out, what's been brought in. But we can answer any of those questions as to what's in the account, what's left, and then the PTO can actually vote on what we want to pay going forward for end of the year events. I'm sorry it took so long, but
You're fine.
it's done.
Good job. Wonderful.
Next is April 24th, Cleanup Family Fun Night. Linda, you want to address
So we're
that?
doing real simple. Probably going to be right after school. It's on a Wednesday. And permission slips to send home. It's funny because that'll be right after break. That's the Wednesday after break. But we'll put it together. I'll get it over break. It's going to be very simple, like rock painting. Get some rocks. Melissa got some flowers donated from DeBrucks that we're going to send home with kids, maybe plant, and clean up the Seneca Street playground and the front of the school and the side with garbage. We'll have some gloves and real simple, quick, and they've done that pretty much every year anyway. Remember, I can't remember who organized it in the past. Yeah, Rebecca Picola used to organize it, and it was nice just to. She got a group of kids, and they even walked, I think, to Ellen Park. But I guess that would depend if parents were here. I mean, they have to be here anyway. And they want to walk. We could do that, clean up the community or something. If the weather's good.
I reached out to Lowe's. I sent them a letter. I stopped in today actually too to make sure they got the letter, and talked to their supervisor. She did get the letter. She's more than willing to help us out. She's going to put together some stuff. I just kind of wrote down things like drop cloths. She asked about rubber gloves. I said yes, by all means. Some clear spray coat to coat the rocks. Maybe some paintbrushes. But I told her what we were doing. I also said maybe a couple pair of like yard work gloves, because if you're going to be moving those pavers, that's going to kind of rough up your hands.
We were going to put those in too.
So she's going to get in touch with me by next Wednesday so I can pick up whatever they've been able to donate.
Was that the manager?
Yes.
Yeah, and she's the one who did all the stuff. For
Yes,
the
because as
signs
soon as
too,
I
so
said
that's
paver, she's like, "Oh yeah, the ones
Yeah.
left over for," and I said yes, yep.
Perfect.
So she was very on board. So we'll have to get them a thank you letter.
Linda, what's the permission slip for?
Well, we don't need one. You're right. They're staying with the parents. So
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
if
so I
it's
guess we just have
after
to send
school.
home a note. So I'll write one up
Are you
quick.
getting an RSVP though, so you know how many you have? Or...
Well, I don't know. We have 100 flowers, right?
Yes, I
And
asked
we've
Gary
got-
for 100. Yeah.
And I'm going to get a whole bunch of. I think I'm going to drive up north and get. There's a good place Melissa Peoples gets all
Yep.
her painting rocks.
Yep.
Because if I get them from Rocks and Blocks, they aren't. They're jagged,
Yeah.
But she said there's a place about an hour north that I could go and just pick them up in my car and
Yeah.
get the flat ones.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I'll do that over break.
And what do we have as far as paint? You would say
I have a ton in my room.
Like
You
just
can and it's
acrylics
not
or-
school paint. It's painted bottle. Acrylic.
Yeah.
Little bottles.
Okay.
I bought like a 24 pack. Or
Oh, okay, I was gonna say the dollar store has it too. So
Yeah,
and they
so we
all
can
we
go,
can
yeah.
use like paper
I'm not
plates or
worried about
whatever
it.
to
Yeah.
put the paint on.
I can buy that or whatever. I'm not worried about
The
it.
only thing I was thinking for permission slips are the Y program kids, the after school kids.
Oh, if they wanted to come
if
out,
they want to be able to come out, because some of those kids don't get picked up till right at 6 o'clock, and if they're
would that be okay?
They would need supervision. We have a lot of kindergartners there. So if some don't want to come and some do, that means our Y staff is still with the kids that don't.
here,
But if if they as a staff
yeah.
Agreed.
want to bring the whole group,
That would
Well,
be
the
okay.
thing is
absolutely welcome.
they will probably already be out on the playground.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I
That
don't
would
know.
be cool. Yeah.
It may be rough for James and Hannah to corral them and
Yeah.
keep them. You know what I mean?
I would
So
just
I don't
follow
know.
up with James and make sure he's
Okay.
Yeah.
he's on board
a
with
great
it, and
idea.
that would be fine.
Okay. Okay. You want to talk about the 5th grade dance?
So the 5th grade dance, we're not it's asking PTO for any money, but the 5th grade teachers have talked with us, and we're going to be doing a 5th grade only dance at night on the night of moving up. So it's the 21st. So they'll have moving up ceremony in the morning, then they go and do a picnic, and then at night will be the dance. And it's a lot of the teachers actually have been interested in wanting to make decorations, and Marshall had mentioned making a playlist, and Jen had talked about doing and all of that. So it should be fun. And we were going to get pizzas from Giovanni's, and things like that, so that they'll have food, and then I think the 5th grade teachers talked about doing a lip sync contest between the 2 classes, so that and Marshall said he'd help with that. So
Back to the April event, Melissa Peeble said she has rocks she can donate.
oh, good,
So
perfect.
thank you, Melissa.
That's great.
Um,
She's watching from the concert.
yeah. Bradford from Arise will be at the May meeting. I did tell him he could pop in at like 6:30, so he didn't have to be here for all the hullabaloo. And I figure we can just kind of extend that meeting if we need to, just so parents know. We'll just make sure we have babysitting staff. Bradford, he works with Arise, and he contacted us in regards to coming and speaking with us. So I contacted him to find out exactly what he is. Arise is a program that helps, I don't even know how to explain, children that need a little extra assistance, or even adults. I know they have like a farm. They deal with some autistic children, getting them horse therapy and things like that. They're a really good program, but he wanted to come in and explain to us what his portion of it is. And basically it's for students that need a little extra assistance with schoolwork, that may not be getting what they need, or maybe their parents don't know how to get them extra assistance. So whether we have actual students here that need that or don't need that, but maybe some parent here will be like, wow, he does all of Madison County. So, maybe my cousin needs it, or I should mention that to so-and-so. So we can definitely, hear what he has to say and
it's
go
not just
from
for
there.
autistic children. It's
No,
for
it's not.
people
Yeah,
with special
it's
needs.
special
Any
needs
sort
or
of special needs,
Yep.
children, adults.
yeah.
Did you mention horses?
Well, I know they have. It's called Arise at the Farm. A friend of mine, her sister works there.
Using horses
Yep.
for therapy?
Yep, for therapy and stuff. So, but yeah, so he's kind of an advocate for the kids, trying to make sure that they get the in-school help that they need and deserve. So, so it'll be interesting to hear what he's got for us. The next topic is the June Family Fun Social. We threw out a lot of ideas at the last meeting, as far as like a camp theme and types of games and things we could do. We really need someone to step up and chair it though, to, kind of get the ball rolling and organize everything and be here to set up and stuff like that. And if we don't get someone to chair it, we're going to have to cancel it. So, if somebody that's watching on Facebook Live wants to step up and say, hey, me and a friend will chair it, just get in touch with us so we can get it going. There's definitely people that sounded interested in helping, like manning a booth or manning an activity, but nobody stepped up to say, this will be their baby. So hopefully we can get someone. We haven't set a date yet, but it'll be in June,
The
close
only
to
day
the
that
end of
can't be is
school.
the 21st, because that's obviously the 5th grade dance. But beyond that,
So
Melissa, do you have a deadline by when you need somebody to let
I'd
you
say by
know
the next
so that-
meeting.
probably by the May
Yeah.
8th meeting,
Okay.
just so that we have time to line up how many stations we're going to have and how many volunteers we'll need as far as running stations and stuff, and contacting people that had offered to help. So
Is that in place of your camping thing?
that would potentially, the camping was just an idea.
Okay.
But a lot of people seem to enjoy that idea. They thought that would be great, but we need somebody that's going to say, okay, we have the theme. Now we need, you to run the s'mores booth if we do s'mores, and you to do the campfire sing along, and you to do the scavenger hunt. We need somebody to kind of, line all that up and get it going. And then we can pick a date, that seems to work for obviously the person that wants to run it. So, topic 8 is the vote for inflatables. We got a letter today, an email today, from that committee asking us to table that until the May meeting. They're working on some things, so I think that's fine to hold on to that for a minute, when we'll have more people there too, or at the May meeting anyhow. Linda wanted to talk about the Chris Poulos assembly.
Okay, so there's the nurse, Lana Yates, came to me and had mentioned there's a really neat person who comes and he does assemblies, he's on his bike and doing different sorts of things, very engaging to the kids, talking about bullying and talking about being good citizens and things like that. And he has good reviews online. I have a website that you could look at if you want to. He had contacted us in the fall about doing one, and we were going to do one district-wide, but then the other buildings didn't have the money to do that. So I had said to him, well, we can't afford it on our own. And he came back to me and said, well, I'll charge you a third of the rate if you want to do it, because I'm going to another school in the afternoon. It would have to be in the morning. And he said sometime in May. I think he had a few dates. So it's $500 for K through 5 for the hour. I don't know. There's money in the budget if we want to do it. It would have to be to a vote of the 5 of us. I don't know. It seems kind of weird. I don't know. It was, like I said, Lana had thought it would be really a neat idea for the kids to see, something fun for them to do.
With that?
What's that?
Is there a big problem with bullying here?
I wouldn't say a big problem. I think that's everywhere. There's probably,
Yeah.
right? I mean, kids nowadays.
I never hear.
No, I mean, I don't hear it a lot, but I think kids, it's a...
I think a lot of times it goes unsaid. I was just at the thing at the library this past weekend. And it was interesting to see the number of kids that, not that they had experienced it firsthand, but it was nice to know that there's an outlet out there. He spoke about, he mirrored what bullying is and different ways of being a bully. But he also brought home that you need to have a trusted adult that you can go to if you feel that you're being bullied or you feel that you need to speak out to someone. And so it was neat. We had kids, my 5-year-old was there all the way on up to 12, 13-year-old kids, and they all participated in one way or another, which was nice, that they felt comfortable enough to speak up. He asked about, what can you do if you feel that somebody's being bullied? And, these kids stepped right up and said, be their friend. Go tell somebody that they're being bullied, so it's nice to see that, somebody's explaining to our children. If it hasn't happened yet, it very well could happen to them, to their friends. So something like this might not be a bad idea to get that voice out there so that kids know you don't have to keep your mouth closed. You should speak up. You should say something before it gets out of hand.
He also he's going to be at the middle school tomorrow. He also goes into schools and does
Yes,
things
yes,
that
he
I've never
does.
seen.
Yeah. It was neat. It was really neat. He played 4 characters. It was his own little personal one-man play, and it was really neat. Yeah.
The one thing I thought about it being in May, and if later in May, I mean, the testing's done, it's a little more relaxed. People might be more open to having, I don't know, something fun for the kids.
Do you know
That's
the
enough.
dates that are available?
No, he didn't give specific yet, but it would only probably be 1 or 2 dates, which would obviously have to be
Do we
approved.
have a lot planned? Is the 500, is that the third of his shot cost?
Right. It's just, well, I
That's-
mean, the
that's-
author,
that's
I mean, the
okay.
author was expensive for,
Yeah, he sure was.
for, I think in general, anyone you bring in is gonna be,
I would like to see it happen.
I just like, my personal feeling is as many experiences as you can give the kids. And not every grade level necessarily is doing field trips, so this is another thing coming into the school. You don't have to leave the school, but you're still getting something other
And it
than,
brings the school together.
right, or together for an assembly and together.
Just speaking as Hayden's grandma, when will we know if his class is going on a field trip and what it is?
When you get a permission slip.
Oh,
It's up to the,
I don't think there's any other answer to that. I don't know. I know, I don't know. I can't speak for any other grade levels. Like, I know 2nd grade, we always do the one that goes, we always do the walking trip to the movie theater, like we've done every year. We always did Hamilton, but that's become, it has to be 3rd and up, so we can't do that anymore.
Third grade's
oh yeah,
already
that's
been
one we
approved.
wanted to do last
Right,
year. but-
right. Yeah. I don't know.
Third grade's was approved. We're just waiting to write the check until we get the total from both. So I can write one check instead of writing
Yeah.
multiple checks
So they're
out.
gonna do it together, the 2 third grades?
Yes,
Oh, good.
And I think she said that was a zoo,
they're going
So.
to the Syracuse Zoo.
which is fun.
Oh,
Yep.
cool. I'll have them let all the animals out.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yep, the district already approved it.
Good.
Yeah, so they're definitely
Okay.
going.
You do with the 3 people.
I know.
Whatever.
So all in favor of the Chris assembly, the Chris Boulos
We
assembly?
can fit it in.
Okay. Any opposed? No. Okay. All right.
So
So I
then
guess
I'll
we'll
just
do
say
that.
the dates of, I'll send you what he's available and then you check, and if it works, then.
I think that was the most exciting vote we've ever had. Well done, ladies.
All right.
The
So,
whole table.
Got a lot on your shoulders over there.
so Penny wanted to do a T-shirt thing for the 5th graders, and all the kids in the whole district, 5th grade, are getting the shirts together, so they'll all have the same. Going to the middle school, so we figured if we use Mr. Drop again, who did the school shirts already this year. If we did $5 a student for a shirt, it would, and there's 41 kids, that would be $205, covering the bases.
We were gonna be the same, but I think we'll all the
Be
schools
different?
will be designing.
Okay, well that works. Maybe the same color or something. I don't know.
I like the
Whatever.
idea of letting the kids design it too,
Yeah.
or vote on the design.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's such
It's a great
neat
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be cool.
So we have to vote on that again, whether
Oh.
we approve spending the money for the T-shirts.
I like the idea if it's voted
There's a stipulation.
in favor.
That's weird.
Well,
Then
what-
why have them if they're all gonna be different?
Well, what we wanted to do was get them middle school t-shirts, but they don't have those. So we'll have them, what you've done every year, what I'm told, is that the teacher or the school designs their 5th grade. So what we thought we would do is
Oh.
put a contest out to the 5th graders and have them have a little contest, design their t-shirt, and we'll pick a winner.
Oh,
And we'll
so
put
they
all
all
their
will
names
be
on the
Will be all
back.
the same,
Okay.
Oh, yes, our 5th graders will.
but not, so.
Not-
Maybe you could do the
Durhamville, North
contest to the
Broad.
district.
Yeah, why don't?
What if you guys did it that
I
way?
could ask. We could put
And you
that out
guys
there.
could vote, the 4 principals
Or
could vote.
yeah, put
Maybe
it
it
like
could
the
be-
top from each school and then vote on those.
And maybe you put a theme, like, I don't know.
Because they're
Middle
going to be
school
all
or
together
something.
at that point. That's a really good point.
It doesn't matter what school they're
Yeah.
coming from.
Right, you don't want the
You wanna
competition. You're right,
build-
bring them together.
Unity.
Unity.
You're right, that would be
That's what we
cool.
wanted to do.
That's a good idea.
That's a
And
good
put all
point.
their
Good
names,
point.
put every student's name on
Oh
the
my
back
gosh,
of it.
Yeah.
From the whole, you mean from all 5th grade?
All 5th graders.
What they
Put
would
all
fit
5th
on the
graders
back
on the
with
back.
Yeah, and I don't know.
If they typed them out,
Try.
just,
It's a
line
lot.
by
How many
line.
is that? That's like almost 200. and
It's definitely
stuff.
possible because we used to
It's
do
possible
that.
when we used to
With
do
the
it. Was,
200. Okay.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Yeah.
we used to do that, and
That
I
might
went
be
to
an
a
idea.
large
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a district-wide
I'll bring that
contest,
to
that would be
I
cool.
will bring that to the principals.
like
I like
ours
that
for our
idea.
graduating class was a paw print for the Wildcats,
So
And
maybe
and then
they
our
can
names were
use
all
I
on
love
the paw
that.
print.
Maybe the t-shirt design could be centered around the mascot for the middle school.
Who
Is
is the
That's
mascot?
what
Is there a
Yeah,
mascot?
Yes, there is.
What if each school
What do they
does
have?
vote on what they like,
Oh.
and then that design is shrunk, so that all the schools' designs
think that will
are
stay then?
around that mascot?
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
cool.
that's
there
very
you
cool.
go.
Because then
It's all the
you're
schools
still
coming
representing
together.
the school
Yeah,
you
That would be
came from,
super cool. You're right.
because they're all
and it would be
You could-
easier
you
on
could do,
Rich
like, the
too to make
lines.
one shirt.
The
He's not
lines
going to have to
coming
print
together to the one.
multiples.
That is a cute
that
idea.
might be a
That's
good
a good
idea.
Yeah.
I will bring that to them.
All right, so we just have to vote to approve that again. Do you guys all
Vote
agree
to
that?
approve
Did we like the
T-shirts. We got 3 in favor. Any objections? No. Okay. All right. So the only other topic is elections for board members will be in May at our next meeting, May 8th. We will have 2 positions open for sure that will be completely vacant. Secretary and vice president.
The only way I would stay, I'd stay on is if we ended up getting co's and everything, because it's too much work. It's not fair to have it be people. So, I mean, like I said, I would stay on as a co with somebody and co's in the other positions, but it's too hard to chair every event.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean?
But we can certainly, I mean, we can have like heads and then co's underneath each of the head positions. That's perfectly fine too. Many hands make light work. So, and then we also will be losing our communications director, Jen Roberts. So, if somebody is skilled at web page design, Facebook, flyers, We need to know who has the artistic talent to do those kind of things, because we're gonna have a huge hole. So it is not me. You'll get stick figures if it's me, and even them those won't look good.
It'll be interesting.
So yeah, they'd all look the same.
Flyer's a flyer.
So basically, so that's president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. Those are the 4 board positions. So if anybody's interested, get in touch with us so that we can get your name on a ballot for the May meeting.
The president and the treasurer still plan on running.
Mhm.
We want to hold our positions still, but either way, we still have to run for it. So,
yeah,
if somebody wants to chair it with us, that'd be great. If somebody just flat out wants to run against us,
That's perfectly
that's
fine.
great too.
We just need people.
We'll just bump over to the other position.
With that, I guess we're into open discussion. Does anybody have anything they want to bring to the table? I got crickets. And that's it.
This time of the year's hard. People are so
Oh,
busy.
I do. I have one thing. It was mentioned to me that there are 1,000 bus miles at 0. Like each school was gifted 1,000 bus miles. Do you know anything about that?
No, there's not, or no, you don't know.
I don't know, and
Okay.
I haven't heard anything like that.
Okay.
I can ask.
Yeah,
Did
because
you
it might
hear- I'm
help.
not going to ask you the name, but did you hear it from a parent, an employee?
A different school's
Parent.
parent.
Okay.
So I don't know if that would help us in field trip planning. I wish I had known it earlier.
So that'd be a lot if we broke it down per grade.
Yeah, it was like 166 miles per grade, which is like 80 miles one way.
Yeah, I will look into
That's
it.
something
It's not anything I've ever
think
heard
you
of.
would know.
I would think
I
so,
don't know.
too.
Like, it was told to me that they, I guess, requested it and it was approved or it was gifted to each school. I also don't know if bus miles means just like, you know, how you go on a business trip and you get paid per mile, but you also get paid for your gas. So maybe we would still be responsible for the bus driver's time and their gas. I don't know how that works. So I don't know if we would need to ask the bus garage or the Board of Education or,
Transportation department.
yeah.
Speak to, is it-
I think we would
I'll-
know by now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
think so.
May,
I
or
think so.
almost May.
No.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can check in with Mike.
We wondered if
Whatever
because we
happens.
hadn't requested any field trips up until this last one, if we hadn't brought it up, if that's why we weren't told about it yet. You know what I mean? Because it hadn't been
Oh,
brought
because you
up.
hadn't asked anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure. We decided we'd ask.
Yeah.
And then I had a question too. I was going to ask beforehand, but I figured I'd just ask it now. I don't remember what we have to do to add something to like our bylaws, adding a new policy. I wanted to know about adding a new policy or rule so that we have to have 2 people count at any event that we have. 2 people
Good
count
idea.
the money.
Yep.
And have both people need to initial a ledger of the breakdown of the money prior to the money being given
It's a good
and put
idea.
into the safe.
Yep.
Prior to it being given to the treasurer, whoever the treasurer may be, so that there is never ever a situation where the treasurer is put into that position where they're given that money and it's not counted because it's just not a good situation.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is you just brought it up. So then the next meeting we just have to vote on it at the
Okay.
next meeting.
All right.
And we should also add in there that you need receipts or the treasurer needs receipts for supplies purchased
And so
prior to as well.
Right. So for any event that, if I don't know how to word it. So if the winter social, if somebody's going to front the money for the winter social, I know you would want to take whatever you fronted back out of that money. Then I don't have a good idea of how much money was made on the event because people aren't requesting, giving me a receipt to request that money back. So I have 2
It's a good
events
idea.
where that has not happened. So I don't have accurate results of some of the events. So
It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
I want to put that into our bylaws, that policy into place. So
Yeah.
we just do that next time. We'll just vote on that
Yeah.
next time.
Okay.
There you have it.
And then as far as Teacher Appreciation Week, we're working on getting that
Yeah.
spelled out.
Yeah, I've gotten a ton of responses from teachers, so that's
Okay.
good.
Melissa Peebles had had asked if there's a committee to do Teacher Appreciation Week. I don't know as though there's a specific committee,
It's just us.
but the plan was that we were going to break it down into the days, and like kindergarten was going to do desserts, and we would send home a flyer letting the kindergarten parents know, you know, these are desserts that would be a good idea, and then the parents could just send them in. And then they were going to do a Napoleon's Day, a salad day, dessert day, Napoleon, salad day, and then a
Breakfast.
supply day and a breakfast day. So,
And Jen's putting it all on Sign Up Genius.
yep, Jen's
She
going to do a
already has
sign up
it set,
genius.
It's just not out there.
And if Melissa's interested in helping out with any of that, that'd be fantastic too. Like as far as like setting it up, you know, coming in to the teacher's lounge, setting it up and cleaning it up and stuff like that. We'll need some people to help do that as well if we can.
I
So,
would help with that.
okay.
I just didn't want to be the person, because I've never done anything like that before.
Mhm.
But if I could learn from
Yeah.
somebody that
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
does it a lot and helps a lot,
Yeah.
then the next
Perfect.
time I could.
Okay.
Sounds good, thanks, Sue.
And I just wondered is there a way to increase our PTO supplies budget amount?
Let's just vote it again.
We
I
would
just-
vote at that
I just
again.
changed
Next
them.
week.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so we
Yeah, at
could
the
vote
next
that.
meeting, yeah,
The only reason I was thinking is like it's just at $50, but there are things that like colored paper that, you know, which is, you know, it's a blessing that we were able to do that, but now, you know, we can't do colored paper. So it would be nice to have a little extra in the budget to be able to do things like that. Or if we, you know, it works really well when Linda puts the little labels in the kids' schedule or calendar agendas, you know, like the bake sale for today and stuff like that, you know, but to purchase the labels and, you know, things like that. So it would be nice to kind of bump that up a little bit, so that we have that, you know, cushion to be able to do things like that.
Yep.
So we can vote on that at next meeting. I think that's it, right?
How'd the bake sale go?
It was good. I haven't counted the money. It's all in an envelope at home, waiting to
Aiden
count.
said he
It's
bought
a lot
a
of money
brownie.
there.
But he wished he'd bought a popsicle because the brownie made him thirsty. I will tell them in the future they have to serve water with their brownie.
That's a riot.
Michael came home and said, I shared all my money with my friends. And I was like, what'd you get? And he goes, I don't remember, a popsicle maybe? And I'm like, I
was
sent you
funny
with
how they all wanted
$3. Where
it,
did
yeah.
it go?
They all wanted the popsicle. I
Yeah.
brought the popsicles out for the kids who had allergies, just in case.
Yeah.
But then there was this big long line for the popsicles. I'm like, okay. And next year we'll just do popsicles instead of bake sale. It'll be much
There you
easier
go.
and
Quiet,
cost
too.
effective and quiet. And oh my, yes, poor Kim had to sit in there.
Popsicles next time.
The poor teachers will miss out.
They did have fun with it, though. I do have to say, it just was yes. At the end, it was like, Rich, I will help you clean up whatever needs to be cleaned up because it was. But the kids love it, so that's fine. Probably not. No, it's probably not. It's just more kids getting up and down and
Not eating.
Chaotic.
right. They wanted that right.
They'll crash after lunch? Yes.
They were hyper on the playground. lot of bumps today. A lot of kids, this hurts, ran into this, just like that.
It's hard. The weather's finally getting good. They're finally getting outside again and not
They're
stuck in
playing hard.
indoor recesses.
Well, Hayden came home this afternoon and wrote a poem with his
One of
name.
the acrostic,
It starts
yeah.
with- and
Yep.
he goes, it's an historic
A story.
poem. And I said, it's
Perfect.
a what? And he goes, historic poem. You ever heard of them? And I just have heard of acrostic poem. That's it. He goes,
I love him. I love him. He can come back to
It was
second
good.
grade any day.
Very
just-
good poem.
I just want to address one thing on here. Shelley Segura said, do you need colored paper? She would donate that. I think it's not that we need it now, but it's just one of those things, you know, if we need it, we want to know that we can just go to Oneida Office Supply, get, you know, how many ever sheets of whatever color, because they will do it by the sheet, which is fantastic.
Did you use regular computer paper? I mean, because I've got a ton of it. I used to be a transcriptionist, and tons of it got left when I retired.
I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
you could always use it, right? Just the
Is it
white.
Somewhere.
Is it color? Is it white?
No, it's white.
That's white. I mean, you know, it'll get used if it's
You
here,
can
but
always leave it downstairs in the basement.
Mhm.
Say PTO.
right,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an option too. So yeah, you could always donate it, and we could label it as PTO.
Downstairs,
Yeah,
Yep.
it'd be great.
Yep. So thank you, Shelley. All right, motion to adjourn.
I
Second. Thank you.
Next meeting, Melissa?
What?
Next meeting?
Next meeting is May 8th.
Are you passing me notes?
I was trying to give it to Linda, but it took a.
Take some